Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to answer a question that I recently got on my Instagram DMs. And it's a really common question, and I think it's pretty prevalent because it's obviously becoming more and more common to be aware of food and to be aware of health and to be aware of the ingredients that are seeped into our food system. And if you're anything like me, I wasn't raised on sprouted, quinoa or things like that. Like I was just raised on meat and potatoes, and I liked Twinkies. So don't feel bad if you like didn't know all the things when your baby was born, or maybe your firstborn you treated one way and now you've got a couple more and you're more aware and you've changed the way that you buy food, see food, cook food, serve them food. So if you have a child now, especially a child who is a little bit older, I'm saying like out of the toddler stage where they definitely have a voice and they definitely have opinions and they've already formed preferences as to what they like and what they don't like, and they're very clear in telling you what those things are. I want to give you some ideas on what you can do to help them move forward into being a healthier eater without the element of force, without the element of control or pressure. Because what we don't want to do is to make this a battle between you and your child, a battle in your family, or in any way to have them believe that they're being pressured to give up stuff that they love or to basically just do what you say, okay? Because you have to see that children, especially when they're getting a little bit older, they're already forming their own preferences and identity in the world, and we're all born with a unique identity. So you have to honor that and let them be where they are, and don't try to fix them or take out like your own regret about not knowing certain things or feeling like you're messing them up, because you're not. Like, let me just tell you, I didn't know a lick about food until I was in my 30s, and I mean, I was like into like the low fat stuff in my 20s and stuff, but true knowledge about food and energy and like the healing powers of food, I really didn't know until like needed to know, right? And that was when I had gone through IVF, and my body went, I'm not going to work anymore because I've got too much going on in here. You need to get a grip and figure it out. So I did, So if I could go 30 some years and turn my body around in a really fast amount of time and be healthy and all the things, then don't worry about your child, whether they're 6 or 7 or 10 or 19, okay? They're going to have to be a cooperative component to this adjustment, let's just say, okay? So my first tip for you is, as a mom or as a dad or as the person taking care of them and feeding them, you need to be the role model. You need to be the example, because children, and especially if they're younger, or if you still have younger children, like Dalton is almost 3. It doesn't matter what I say. It matters what he sees me do. He's observing me. He's taking everything in. And yes, words matter, but not to the point where I could say, okay, you need to eat your vegetables, and then I eat no vegetables in my life, right? He knows that mommy likes salads, and I think he just says salads meaning like anything vegetables, which is true. I do. I love them. And so he thinks that's normal, and he's observing that that's what we do with food, okay? So the first thing is you need to be the role model. You need to be modeling the act of healthy eating. And that means, yes, buying and accessing and having on hand these real foods, these colorful foods, as the first part. So you're a person who shops for healthy food and you buy them, and maybe you take your kids to the store with you. But they see that in the house. It's like a regular occurrence for them to observe carrots and green beans and raw leafy greens or smoothies, right? Apples, oranges, whatever. They see that every day. They see that over and over and over. They're gonna get that because it's repetition, right? That creates beliefs. So they're gonna see that and they're gonna think, oh, okay, that's what we do. You know, like there's not gonna be a battle against, you know, oatmeal and berries versus a Pop-Tart if there are no Pop-Tarts. So you consuming that food is a really key component. And so you got to take care of yourself. You have to be the one that's doing what you want them to do consistently. Okay, so that's the first piece. And then the second part of that is you have to be chill about it. You have to be laid back about it. You can't be worried or like talking out loud about food about, you know, like, oh my gosh, this is going to make me fat, or is this right, or is this wrong? You need to show them that you consistently eat these real, vibrant foods and that you love that and that it's a good experience for you to be doing that. So that means you sit down and you enjoy your stir fry or your salad or your roasted veggies or whatever. You know, you can eat other things. I'm just using this for examples. But it's an appreciation of these foods and like not just like you like them, you love them, you want them, it's like a mutual beneficial relationship, right? So do it, eat them, buy them, and then be good about eating them. Be in a good energy with your food and let them see both sides of that. So you're practically doing the things and then you're also embracing the lifestyle. There's no battle in your head like, oh, I'm eating salad, but I really want to eat pizza, you know, or something like that. So just be all in on the plant-based diet yourself. And that's going to be the very, very, very best first starting point for any child, no matter their age, okay? Because they're not going to listen to you if you're not in integrity with this message you're giving them, if you don't follow it yourself. Okay, the next thing is, assuming they're a child that depends on you to give them food, make food, cook for them, then you need to start adding colorful vegetables, fruits, plants to their meals. Instead of like this all or nothing approach, where all of a sudden you take away everything that they're used to, you just start to sort of like ease in to this idea of improving what's going on right now. So here's an example. Like, let's say they love macaroni and cheese. So, and I don't know if you're buying macaroni and cheese in a box or if you're making it, but either way, like, what you could do is, if you're buying it in a box, let's say, you could stir in some spinach into it because it doesn't taste any different, right? Or you could stir in some roasted squash because then the color wouldn't really change. If they're like, oh, Mom, there's something green in there, I'm not going to eat it, good try. You know, that's something you could do. So like adding in a vegetable that will blend into something that's already part of their routine, or if they eat like a cereal that's really not that great, which most cereals aren't that great, right? Even if it's like Cheerios, well, that's made with GMO wheat, right? Or oats. So, but put some organic strawberries in it, put some organic blueberries in it, switch their milk from dairy to almond milk, or start halves and halves and then ease into it. It depends on the child, of course, but these are just ideas that you can use. If the recipe of the meal that they love doesn't have like a way for you to add something to it, then just serve something new along on the side. Whether that's like they're having pizza and you serve it with steamed broccoli and red sauce, or they're having pizza and you serve it with roasted veggies, or something like that. You just offer it. You offer it every single time you offer it. They're gonna start to see that it's a normal, expected thing for there to be vegetables. And I'm saying vegetables and not fruit just because like this often comes into play more at like lunches and dinners, and usually there's less fruit at those times, right? but add the fruit too, of course. And that's another thing too, because kids tend to like lean towards fruit a little bit more just because of the sweetness. So if they're really pushing you against vegetables, then like cut up their favorite fruit and like don't fight them. If they like a certain fruit, give it to them. Stop complaining or saying it's not good enough if they don't eat blueberries and they want a banana. Just give them bananas. They're going to thrive on it, okay? So give them what they do love. Add to what they're doing now that maybe isn't so great. Continue to add sides and different things to their meal patterns. And then you want to get creative with them. So think of one of their favorite meals. So let's say it is a macaroni and cheese, or it's like a pasta or something. Then buy the different noodles, right? So at least get gluten-free noodles. If you can, just swap for a simple plant-based pasta, like a lentil pasta or a chickpea pasta. Pasta is pasta. It tastes like a noodle. So make it, like if they like spaghetti, switch out your noodle, switch to a red sauce that doesn't have added sugar. If you're doing like cream-based sauces, switch to a red sauce, and then like toss in some peas, toss in some chopped broccoli, or toss in some spinach, and keep everything else like the same. Like let it look the same, let it smell the same. If they like meatballs in it, give them the meatballs. It's just this incremental upgrade, right? And, you know, talk to them about it. Say, you know, I really just care about your body. I care about your health, and foods really matter. And I'm going to start doing a better job at giving you real nutrients so that you feel good in your body. And it depends how old they are, right? If they understand that or not. But just set the intention that you are going to slowly but surely and in a friendly way help them learn to eat better, help them learn to eat more real foods, okay? I don't want you to go into battle with your child where they resist you and then it becomes a thing where it's you versus them, because then that can create food drama and like attachments to eating like snacks just because they're going to do the opposite of what you say. So we don't want that. We just want to be on the same team and to help them along in the process, especially when you are the one buying the food and cooking. So try those things out and let me know if you guys have questions. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe to follow along. Click the bell so that you get notifications about my new videos. And if you want to chat with me more in depth, come join my Food Rebels Facebook private group over on Facebook. And I'll be back soon. Have a great day.